I don't know how many times I would say something to these kids and oh my god, I sound just like my mother.
I'll leave it over here.
Here, take his picture.
The turkey picture.
Is there something I can do?
I guess I need to get the stuffing out. So it was her fault.
Stuffing. Good stuff. We made a special trip because we hadn't been here on a holiday in a long time and came up and brought the dog and the cat.
My name is Sue Henry, was Sue Leffler Henry, and I was born in Greenville, Indiana. I'm 81. I live in Aiken, South Carolina, and I'm retired. Retired mom.
And grandma.
And grandma, and great-grandma. I have 4 children. Debbie's the oldest, Debbie Lynn, and then second daughter, Lori Lee, and then our third daughter, Wendy Sue, and then our son, David James. It was a beautiful day. It was a sunny day in June, and lots of friends and family, and just a fun day. Maybe he was more nervous than I was. I don't know.
Well, I wasn't nervous.
Well, he said he didn't think he had proposed right, but I was very excited.
Well, it was strange because I was only going to be home from the Navy for a few days. And so I knew that I was going to, but I did it in the car. We only had 2 days or so to do it. So rather than waste time, I did it right away in the car, which I think was not very romantic. We haven't lost anything from when we got married. So it's a matter of saying it's as good now as it was then.
That's nice to hear.
That's really sweet. Who was the most stubborn out of all your kids?
All of our kids, by far, Debbie.
My name is Deborah Lynn Henry Rohen. I was born April 21st, 1961.
I looked up her name, Deborah, and it means the bee, and I thought that so fits. Well, I get up every morning and I think, now, Debbie and I won't fight this morning, and before we go to school, we'd be in a fight over
Something stupid.
something. They were stupid things. I don't even know what they were. With Debbie, she was strong-willed, but you didn't really want to break that in her either, because as hard as it was sometimes to deal with, it is an admirable trait to know what you want and go after it, and I respected that in her.
And I'm apologize now because there were many times I was probably very disrespectful. I think my biggest bond with you was the horses.
Yeah.
Because I loved horses from the time I was a little girl, and she'd had one, and get them all looking the same way.
We could be in the biggest fight, but we could go out in the barn and deal with the horses together. So.
Does this go over the buckle? The styrofoam, or not styrofoam, this thing goes over the buckle?
Just to protect.
Not very many people have an 81-year-old mother that can hop on a horse and look just as good as anybody else out
No, I
there.
don't know about that. But we need more horses.
Yes, it'd be nice if we could all ride together.
What has been the biggest lesson that you wanted to teach your kids?
To be honest and truthful to them and everything they do. And I think they have matched up to that.
They always worked really hard to please you, I think, all of them.
To be just a good, hardworking, honest person, and give everything you've got and be conscientious and think about others' feelings and just do the best that you can.
What you've done.
Biggest part is to watch them grow and see that they have. We're already past that stage, so we know how they turned out.
He always said, well, when they grow up, they go away, and if they come back, then you did a good job. If they don't come back, you didn't do a good job. So they've all come back.
You don't understand anything until you're in their shoes, and then you understand a lot of the things she said and a lot of the things she did and things that you didn't understand when you were a kid, like certain punishments and certain rules and certain sayings and things like that. So I totally understand. It's fun, and it can be stressful, and it can be sad, and it can be frustrating, and it can be wonderful.
The struggle is to make sure that you help them where you can, and still advise them if they want it.
Our relationship today is a lot different than when I was growing up with her, because before then she was like the disciplinarian and the authoritarian, and now it's more like we're friends.
In fact, I come to you for things.
Yeah, we kind of help each other out more, and we're there for support more than her being the boss and me having to do what she says, and now we just kind of, I think, look up to each other.
Once a parent, you're always a parent. It's different and it changes, but you never feel differently about your child or stop worrying about them.
Still mother-daughter, but we're more friends now than...
I don't tell her what to do as much as I used to.
I wouldn't listen anyway.
She's so smart and so beautiful and so much a part of my life. And she's just something in here, And she's fun and she's funny and I know anything I needed, she'd be right there.
Then later you realize, no matter how old you are, you need your mom.